And a list of all your Manufacturing Day coordinators are also posted on the Manufacturing Day in the Made in Florida Manufacturing Day page. As you can see the link down there, if you click there, we have all that information posted for you. Or if you have more questions beyond that, you can always reach out to us and we'll see how we can help you. So what they have done is this year, each of the regional manufacturers associations and school districts may be working with their own regional vendor. They would use the graphic that's presented here for the front of the shirt, and the back would be customized according to some of their own needs. So hopefully, we love to have those photo ops with students and everybody, all tour participants, with the T-shirts, and hopefully you would be able to reach out to your school district or your regional manufacturing day coordinator in getting T-shirts for your schools and for your students as well. Marilyn, did you want to add anything to this?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it's kind of a new plan. We did the shirts mostly out of the Flate office in the last couple of years, but we've engaged the regional associations to decide to take that on more locally for distribution purposes, and hopefully many of them will be working with T-shirts for their student tours in the different areas.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to move next. Okay, so this is, I think I briefly touched upon this already. If you would like to know who your regional coordinator is, please do go on our website, in the Made in Florida website, and you would be able to find this information online as well. Now we're going to move on to surveys. Surveys are a very important tool for any manufacturing day coordinator to gauge some of the impact from the tours, of course. This year, we have paper surveys as well as online surveys. The way you would access those surveys is you would go to our Made in Florida page. You click on this link where it says click here in orange. You click there, and then what you are presented with is a screenshot. You'll get a different ways. You'll be directed to a website. I don't know if I could go over there if you want to see that, but here you go. So what you see is you would get a couple of options, online options, as well as downloadable options for surveys. And we have a student survey, we have an industry host survey, we have a parent-teacher survey, and we would, whatever works for you, after the tour, all you have to do is click on the link, share the link with your students, and just submit it online, or you can even download it. You can print it, have the students fill it out, and send it back to Flate if you're here in the Hillsborough County region, or to your regional manufacturers for tabulating to see how these surveys or these tours have impacted the students, educators, and even the parents. So this has really worked for us, and this is something that is really important, especially for Florida, as the surveys serve as a tool for us, or a mechanism for us to see how we stand, even nationwide. And in the past 4 years, as you know, Florida has always stood first in terms of the number of tours the state has hosted, and we really greatly encourage each of the educators to share some of these tools and resources with your schools, and also use it during Manufacturing Day so that we can gauge the impact of these tours from the surveys. Marilyn, did you want to add anything to
Yeah, I
this?
guess just to re-emphasize this. This will be the first year that we've offered a choice for the student surveys. So there's the paper version for the students to fill out. It's a very simple and short one-page survey. Or there's now an online version of the same survey questions that could be done. We're asking that those be done within 24 hours of the tour. Might be challenging if you do a Friday tour, but we do know that many of the CTE programs have access to computers back in their classrooms, and that this may be a better way to get the information back from the student. So that's a either or for the student surveys. The cover sheet only goes with the paper versions. And then the industry host surveys and the parent-teacher surveys have always been online, and those are similarly the same online again this year. So, all right, Janice.
Yes, and so just to add to what Marilyn said, I just wanted to let you know that all these surveys are posted on our website on the Made in Florida, as well as the FLATE Wiki. If you click on those links, you will just go directly into those surveys. All right, so the next what we're going to talk about is some Manufacturing Day resources for educators just like you. And for that, I'm going to hand it over to Daniele Orozco.
Thank you, Janice. And once again, thank you, everybody, for joining us in this webinar. Like Janice mentioned, I'm going to talk about education resources. All of them are free and online and madeinflorida.org, and you can go back as a part of these wonderful resources that we have. Not only this presentation, I just want to remind you that, but all the presentations of FLATE all over, not only in Florida but nationwide, are posted in our website. And I can see some of you having issues listening to the presentation, and probably is not going to listen to what I'm saying, but for those of you that are listening, this presentation has been recorded and is going to be available also online, as well as the slides that you have here. So you can review again anything that you have questions about and pass along to other colleagues. So continuing with the educator resources that we have, and your right side of the slide, you can see a print screen of multiple resources that we have, but this afternoon we're going to focus in two of them. Our Made in Florida STEM lesson plan, which is the top nice purple color, and at the bottom our industry tool resources with Manufacturing Day. Our STEAM lesson plans are designed for all levels, K to 12, and includes material for teachers and students. Really complete materials for you available. And our industry tour resources includes pre and post tour lesson plans, which it doesn't have to be Manufacturing Day October, it can be any day of the year, as you know. Very important and useful lesson plans, the CIS lessons, I'm going to talk about briefly right after this slide. And really fun activities like the scavenger hunt, job journeys, and also things about what is manufacturing. So you can introduce students and motivate them into this wonderful world of STEAM and manufacturing. Next slide, Janice, please. So the nice purple option as a resort is the Made in Florida STEM lesson plans, as I've already mentioned to you. In your right side on the screen, you can see a screenshot of a typical lesson plan. It comes in a package. So when you open one of these resources as a lesson plan, you will find a student handout, a company fact sheet, which is very important to review before the tour. So in this way, students will have chance to do research, to learn about the company, and have a little pre-homework, let's say, so they go prepare to what they're going to face and learn during the tour. We have also teacher instructions, which is basically the lesson plan itself, but designed for you as an educator with all the suggestions, guidelines, and little tricks that you should have in account for your lesson. It includes also a reference sheet and an answer sheet. So you really don't have to do anything. You just need to download this material and adapt and schedule the day of the class that you want. All the answers for the questions that we suggest are included in this material. In addition to this, we have also a presentation or a video that comes with the lesson plan. Also grading rubric for you guys. So as you can see, we have basically a really great resources for you to be used during manufacturing the day, during any tour that you schedule, and actually for normal class topic that you choose from. Next one, Janice, please. As I mentioned to you before, this particular lesson plan is the Comprehensive Instructional System, or CIS lesson plans. It's an excellent and really 5 stars lesson plans that we really highly recommend you to use. It is a 4-day lesson plan with approximate 50 minutes of lesson. And this includes the industry tour day. Okay, so total 4 days, and one of those is the tour. This lesson plan is aligned with the Common Core Florida standards, and we have focused the lesson in very important skills, which are reading comprehension. We know nowadays that the kids, not only reading but writing, are struggling with this. So this lesson has this focus in all these skills: reading comprehension, writing, includes also technical vocabulary and content area knowledge. Very, very important, critical thinking. So we try to tie all these important skills in these lessons. The lesson plans, currently we have 8 units, which are related mainly with topics related to manufacturing and STEM programs. So we can see 2 screenshots of some of the lessons: assembly, automation, and many other interesting topics that you can see also in the slide. Total of 8, as already mentioned to you. Next slide, Janice. And now I hand it over to Janice. She's going to talk about more resources for you in our website. Janice, go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Before I go, I wanted to ask if any of our participants here had a question for us. Susan, do we have any online participants that had a question for us?
No, I don't see any.
Okay. All right. So moving along, this is the fun side of Manufacturing Day. At least for me, it's fun. This is about the graphics. So what we have done is FLATE has compiled, in addition to the educators' resources like the curriculum, we also have a poster for educators that you could download it right on our website. The one that a sample of it is the one below the Manufacturing Day logo. That's what it looks like. What educators can do, and we really encourage this, is for you to go ahead. You can print it right off our website and use it as a classroom hanging art, just to celebrate Manufacturing Day and month. We also have the different buttons that you see on the right. These are email buttons that you could use when you communicate with any of your industry partners or school district officials, or if you just want to use it, as a fun way to communicate with any of the your stakeholders. I think it puts the fun in manufacturing, I believe. And then we have a suggested timeline for Manufacturing Day. What can we each do, and you especially as an educator, what can you do to prepare for Manufacturing Day, which kickstarts on October 6th? So right now, I know everybody is right back in school. This is the time that you could start contacting your district personnel, the counselors, your RMAs, and just start building that inroad and see how you can facilitate a tour for your students or for your school, or see how you can even, it's not only tours, there are even a lot of open houses that are being hosted across the state. And so if you would like to participate or attend those events, this is the time that you would start looking around for that and build those connections. So, and come end of August, the end of this month, which is, I guess, now, we would highly encourage you to see if you could confirm your industry tours, look into the logistic parts of transportation, food, how you can get your shirts for the manufacturing day, and then in September. We would also encourage you to look into some of the curriculum materials that we just pointed out, that Daniele talked about, and see how you can integrate that as your everyday STEM curriculum in your classroom, and see how you can use that to increase awareness about STEM-related careers in manufacturing, especially to your students, and some of the career opportunities that are available to them. And September is a good time, I believe, to take a look at that. And then, of course, everything leads up to October 6th, which is the official kickoff for Manufacturing Day. And that's the day that I know most of the Manufacturing Day regional coordinators are targeting to have to set up their industry tours. I guess that gives a big impetus on the event itself. But if for any reason you cannot attend or organize an industry tour on October 6th, there could possibly be some opportunities for you to even organize your tour perhaps later in the month as well. And then we have put together some planning, Manufacturing Day planning resources for you. There's a community planning guide that you could take a look at, and then as we discussed before, we have the student surveys that are posted right on our wiki that you can download, or you can click and fill out those surveys. Each of the surveys, I wanted to go back to one point. Each of the surveys have at least on the paper surveys, as Marilyn mentioned, has a cover sheet. So it's very important. And the cover sheet, what it basically has is some demographic information that we tabulate as well. And so it's very important and that you fill that cover sheet out so we know what region, how many boys, girls, how many educators were on the tour or chaperones. All those counts in the big tabulation that we do at the end of manufacturing month. So I would definitely encourage you as educators to go into our website and just have a look of what the survey looks like and what would work for you, either the paper-based format or the web format, whatever works for you. At the end of the day, if you can have that information back to us or to your regional Manufacturing Day coordinator, that would be great. And then we also have some best practice guides for student tours. FLATE has also written a Manufacturing Day white paper that focuses mainly on Manufacturing Day tours and how it has impacted some of the participants. And then we've aggregated some of our results from the previous Manufacturing Day that you can take a look at. And I think that is basically it. But if we have any questions, thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions between now and Manufacturing Day, we have all our information listed here. And we also have the Manufacturing Day regional coordinators listed on our website. So do go and visit there. And if you have any questions, please do let us know. Susan, do we have any questions at this point?
The only question was if the PowerPoint is available online.
Oh, okay.
After the call.
Yes. So I just wanted to quickly once again reiterate what Daniele said. This PowerPoint is available online on our FLATE website, as well as on the Manufacturing Day page, and also on the FLATE Wiki. And if you, for some reason, cannot find it, please feel free to email any of us, and I'll be more than happy to share that with you. Marilyn, did you have any additional thoughts and closing thoughts that you wanted to add to?
So sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. No, I don't. I just want to make sure everybody sees that these links are here. We didn't go live to the web pages and the wiki site because we didn't want this to be longer than 30 minutes, but the links are there, and if you have any questions once you navigate to those websites, please don't hesitate to contact us. So we want to just say thank you for joining us today, and again, just contact us if you have any questions or want some help reaching out to your regional association or manufacturer, and we'll see what we can do to help you.
All
Daniele?
right, then.
Yeah. Anybody? His last final comments, Daniele?
No, thank you very much, everybody. And again, we are all here to help you and to support Manufacturing Day.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Signing off.